Today I want to talk about peak pricing, and everybody quotes peak pricing. As of right now, if you bought in February 2022 and you took a 5-year mortgage term, you have 7 months left on your mortgage term, right? You have till February 2027, which is 7 months away. If you bought that before that, the May 2021 to 2026 people renewed last month. If you bought at the peak and took a 3-year, you renewed your mortgage last year. So when you bought, and this is the peak narrative is kind of falling apart because only 10,000 people that month bought. 10,000 people that month bought across TRREB. Not talking about Canada, I'm talking about Toronto Regional Board. Not even City of Toronto proper, the whole region that covers TRREB. Okay? So, if you bought May 2021, the average price across TRREB was that. Today it's that. So, you're down slightly from when you bought. If you bought before this is going to be probably lower. If you bought then you're about 20%, depending on your product or depending what you bought. If you bought a condo, it's probably more. If you bought in a location with that has higher power of sales, you're probably down more. So this is just averages, just as a guide, as an illustration, right? And it depends if you took a 3-year or 5-year mortgage when you bought. So May 2022, they're renewing in 2027. They're renewing in 2028. They're renewing in 2029 if they've all taken 5-year mortgages. The last 3 months of this year for that number, all TRREB, all housing types, has remained fairly flat for the most part of this year, and is likely to stay flat for at least the next 2 months, in my estimation. Why do I estimate that? Because there's no outside external shocks. Inventory levels have kind of come down a bit. There's not so many condos being put on the market, right? A lot of the supply from builders that didn't close has been gobbled up by other companies. A whole bunch of kind of different reasons. But when you bought and the mortgage term you took will determine how at risk you personally are. And why not to go off the peak, right? Because if you didn't buy at the peak and you didn't sell at the peak won't affect you. It's been flattened out since then, right? So if you purchased May 2022, right, to today, it's about a just under 12% drop, right? And as the years go on, that percentage drop from when you paid in that year to whatever the day number is going to get smaller. Just some insight behind the narrative of peak. Beyond 2027, February 2027, the peak will no longer really matter because nobody gets 6, 7, 8, 9-year mortgages.